taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do, that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad,
yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds, we put the work in, we got some work, man.
I started to do.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. I am your host, TradeFly. Hope everyone is doing well today. Bitcoin having a little bit of a pullback here, currently at $83,400, but we are testing some key levels. And you know, we were looking at this yesterday. We kind of did look at some of the liquidity that was above the price. I had a feeling we were going to go up at least a little bit, right? Nasdaq had a little bit of room to run. I put that in the TA the other day in the Discord, and I felt like the price should run up a little bit, but I thought it was going to hit its head. It looks like it hit its head a little bit early, so we will look at that when we get to the charts here. Other than that, haven't really pulled any news or any of that today, so we're just going to hit the charts here. We're going to keep it pretty quick. I want to be mindful that BGT is going to be going tonight, so love those guys, respect. And so we will keep this to about 30 minutes, but the name of the game is to look at some TA and see where we can go with price action. But first, I'm going to give you guys some shout outs because you are in the chat and you know the reason I do this. It is for you guys. And I have Mr. Jesse Good Look in here. Number one, what is up to you, dude? K Diggity, no doubt. He said, it's always a good night when TradeFly tucks me in. You know it, bro. You know it. We got Deborah in here. Good evening to you. Good evening, Jay Violet. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. And who else we got? We got Mark Dutch. I can see myself in TradeFly's glasses. You know it, man. All right. So got all the shout outs out of the way here. Let's go ahead and look at this. Not that. All right. Let's not look at that. What is that? Oh, why is that still up? Yes. Yes, I'm delinquent on my taxes. Don't you worry about me. Let me update the screen here. That's hilarious. Source. Here we go. There it is. All right. Yeah, I do have to actually, well, I take it back. I don't have to file for an extension. I get an extension because I'm in LA County. If you guys don't know, because of all the fires, they're actually letting us file our taxes late. One good thing about being in LA County for once. All right, so let's look at some of the price action here. You can see, right, I have my little poop emoji up here. Here it is, happy as can be, right? I did think we'd make a push up here at least to kind of bump our head. But what happened is we hit the liquidity, right? We were looking at liquidity last night. We said about, I think, 86.3. 86.3 was where hot zone was sitting for liquidity, if I remember correctly. There you go. So it came right up, took that liquidity, and down, and away it went. So, you know, one of the things you want to look for when you do, you know, cross-reference this with the liquidation heat map is to see, like, hey, does it get dark up here? You know, is there more liquidity to chase? I don't think that there was. So we'll have to go validate that and look at the liquidation heat map. But here nor there, the hotspot on the map has been touched in all the wrong ways. So once that liquidity was gone, there's not as much incentive to run up the price, to be perfectly fair with you. And NASDAQ was actually hitting its head, right? So let's go to the NASDAQ, reference that, right? Well, this is the zone. We've been looking at the zone. All right, you can see it's just a horizontal, but we had a little previous range right here. We come back, you can see very clear support, and also another range right here as well. So that range goes from about 72 to 73.8. We'll call it 74, right? That's good enough for government work. But what you are seeing is that we got a little, indecision, we'll say, in the dynamic reactor. And then it switched, right? It is now showing that it's going to be bearish, all right? So that's what this purple indicates here. And that, along with being in the zone, what should we really be looking for? More or less, you should be looking more for shorts than for longs until you actually see a change of character, which officially I would argue that we have not. All right, so I would feel a little bit better about reestablishing above 74 dynamic reactor. You want to get above that as well, and then we look for that retest. Okay, so you get up, you break the zone, you come back down, retest, and then look for that continuation up. Problem is we're not getting out of the zone yet, so we could be stair stepping down here. See this nice little fall up and down, nice little fall up and down. Let's let's do a fib on that. I have not done a fib. I want to see where this one went. Pretty close to the golden pocket. All right, let's run the next one. Just above the 0.5, just under the golden pocket there. Now let's run this one here. And bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Right, so not only are you in an area of resistance, but you came back up to the golden pocket, which to me adds a little confluence and the likelihood of seeing a rejection at that level, right? You got a horizontal, you got the moving averages. I mean, obviously it's a dynamic reactor, but then you have the golden pocket as well. So that leads me to be like, there could be potential to hit our heads here. And let's go ahead and go to some smaller time frames. The 8 hour has not bent over officially yet. Let's look at the 4 hour. I'm guessing it's getting closer. Look, you start to see this kind of rounding action with price action, but it has not officially been over on the oscillator. Let's see about the hourly. My guess is the further we go down, the more you're going to see some downside. Yeah, there you go. All right, so you had on the hourly, you had bearish divergence, and now you can see that the oscillator is starting to work its way down and right. All right, so it's just going to get more pronounced as you go lower time frames here. And this is on the NASDAQ. So again, you know, my theory right now is that during times of uncertainty, you'll see that correlation between Bitcoin and the NASDAQ and risk-on assets start to get a little bit tighter. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going to be following right now until, you know, we start an uptrend again. As of right now, very clear downtrend, all right, for both markets, traditional and crypto. So here we are looking at time now for Bitcoin, and coming to the oscillators here, you can see a very steep fall on the prime oscillator on the 4 hour, right? That's about 45 degrees down and right. But what do we have? We do have the dynamic reactor on the 4 hour. I mean, you'll probably get a bounce on the dynamic reactor. You'll probably get a little bounce. Problem is you're getting under the pivot points, you're getting under the point of control, coming back down to retest this area where you have a little confluence between two different ranges, right? You got the value area low as well as the value area high of a separate range here. I think there's an opportunity to come back and retest this area right here. So that would be something I'll be looking for. So, you know, what can we do? Well, we can put a notification right on the trend line. So if we come back down and retest that area, then we will get notified and we can determine whether we want to try to take a position. And that may not be a bad idea. Okay, just looking back left on the chart, you do see a lot of price action in that area at about 81,600. Okay, 81,600. You see multiple times you're getting bounces. See some support there. Retesting the trend line makes a lot of sense. We did get a little retest before we ultimately moved up, but you know, this would be, you know, a little bit more, I don't know, I'd probably have a little bit more confidence coming down here and retesting this area again at 81.6. Okay, looking for a bounce there. So that's a pretty key level for you. If we do get some upside movement, the poop emoji remains. Okay, it does not go away for me. 87.6, anywhere in that area, all the way on up to this horizontal here. You see this box, we've been talking about that quite a bit. The red zone here, I definitely think that you are going to see a pretty pronounced rejection. That's just my own thoughts on that one. Let's see here. What I want to see now is if we put a fib retracement on current price action, where does that bring us to? And there we go. All right, so we have talked about the 0.382. All right, when you are in a bullish trend, right, coming down to the 382 makes a lot of sense. Get a bounce there, that would align. So you're just further adding a little bit of confluence there for that retest in that area. So I do like that zone. And what I am going to do a little bit different now is, as I'm doing some TA with you guys, because I'm doing it live, I'm going to go ahead and start taking pictures of that, right? And then you can expect what I'll do as I talk through these later on or after the show. I'll just go ahead and drop it in to the Discord so that you guys have that information for later. If you missed the show for whatever reason, you will then have some of the charts. So let's actually go to the NASDAQ here, looking at this, and we're going to take a little picture of that as well. And then you guys will have this one also. All right, so dropping that alpha for you guys in the Discord. Let's go over to the total market cap, which is, let's see if I can get this thing loaded up, sitting at 2.64 trillion. That's down 1.29%. 24-hour trading volume is 72.88 billion. That is down 16.02%. Bitcoin dominance currently at 62.96%, and that is up 0.15. Fear and greed index currently sitting at 31. Bitcoin price at 83,400. Ethereum at 1587. So you know, it had a little bit of a bounce. I think people got excited, started taking long positions. And what did we talk about yesterday on the show? If you were here yesterday, one of the things I was talking about is I was seeing a lot of people very bullish, right? And it's funny because Geo ended up making a video, I believe today as well, noticing the same thing, that there was a big shift in sentiment, at least with the creators. Everybody was talking about a breakout, and like it seems like every time that you see a lot of green, I'm pretty sure I said go look and look at all the green on all of the different content creators saying that, hey, like it's bullish and there's a breakout. Why is that? And you know, it was really hard for me to come up with a good explanation of why, knowing where liquidity is sitting, knowing where the NASDAQ was sitting. It just didn't make a lot of sense for me personally. And to see a pullback today, I mean, not significant, but about 2% made it just made a lot of sense to me. Not gonna lie. All right, who else we got here in the chat? We got username Holla if you hear me. Not only do I hear you, but I got something for you, bro.
With frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
There you go, man. That is for you. All right, let's actually we gotta switch up this music here. Gotta do better about that. I think we still have the waiting stuff. Let's go ahead and get the TA stuff going on here. Let's go ahead and shuffle that. And I don't hear very much. Let me bump this up a little bit. Bump up the jam. Bump it up. Anybody? All right, let's go over to the crypto bubbles real quick. And yeah, looking a little red out there. All right, Farcoin's down 11.6%. PI's down 13.1%. OM with the bounceroo. 30%. All right, my man said it is not a rug. I think he did an interview with a CoffeeZilla. There's a couple interesting parts there, right? The dude was kind of calling him out and saying, hey man, like you pumped the prices. He's like, I wouldn't call it pumped. He's like, that's kind of subjective. But here nor there, OM up 30%. So if the unfortunate thing is, let's be real about it, everyone heard that it's pump and dump, right? What do? They get wrecked. And they take what little money they have and pull out, and then all of a sudden you get this 30% bounce. And then you hate crypto. Happens all the time, man. It's a shady world. All right, let's go over to the economic calendar real quick. We'll scroll down. Look at this. If you ever wonder if I'm interested in golf, here's my advertisement. I actually have these clubs. No joke. All right, let's get over. We got all 3 stars there. Cool. Wednesday, April 19th or 16th, correction, is going to be retail sales month over month, Fed share POW. 17th is going to be building permits and housing starts. All right, so that's what you got for the week. Don't really have any news, like I said. Let's go over to the liquidation heat map. Oh boy, we're going to Asia Town now. Let me get rid of that. All right, cool. So here you go. Look, man, there's your liquidity. There's your liquidity. And we talked about that. So again, got touched. I look for the wick. Look for the wick. Look for the candle close below. Back into the zone. Money time. There it is. Now that was I wasn't able to make that play because I was actually working, unfortunately, but here nor there. Hopefully you guys were watching it. We talked about it last night. So anyways, liquidity gone. Took that. There's still some liquidity up here, but the hot spot on the map is gone. You are starting to build up some liquidity down here at 82,950. It's almost like we can just play ping pong with the freaking liquidity heat map and just watch it grab liquidity. But here you go. I mean, it looks like a pretty clear range. Price action is trending down and right though. And this isn't like bouncing back and forth, right? This is a very clear trend down and right ever since this morning at about 7 o'clock. So keep eye on that. You see where the hotspot is? Again, let's revisit that 83K. And it's not even that. 82,950 does have a little bit more there. $330 million sitting there in that zone. I mean, all said and done, you keep scrolling down here. Yeah, got a good chunk. You got a good chunk of liquidity sitting down there. All right, so that is that. Let's go back. What we got here? 541, plenty of time. Plenty of time. Let me see who else we got in the chat. Kelly, what's up to you? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Who else we got? Alexandra G, my lady. You know what that reminds me of? I need to post my little links. There we go. Incoming links. Let's get it. I won't chill hard tonight, I promise. Go check out the Discord. Go check out Bitunix. There you go. That will be my shield for the night. Remember, you can save 10% on your trading fees. That's huge. Huge. All right. So Bitcoin, not much change there. What do we say? 83,000, 89 or 82,950. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right. Once you lose the dynamic reactor, you'll probably see a quick move down. Look for the retest in this zone right here. Again, I think you'll probably see a little bit of a bounce. And that's kind of what I'm looking for in the short term. All right, we'll zoom out just a little bit for those that have not been watching. If you're new here, doesn't look like any of you are. But you still have this zone down here. You still have an area of support at about 74 to 72-ish. Right, got the 0.618. That's a fib from the previous range low to the current range high. Okay, so that's where that came from. You can see this zone retesting the range highs of the previous range makes a lot of sense from a technical perspective. Going down to 618 means really, if you zoom out, there is still bullish structure. Somehow, some way. I know it hurts. I know it feels terrible. But there is still bullish structure if you're looking at it from a macro perspective. We're holding up, all right? There is definitely some instability in the market. There's a lot going on right now. The data ain't great. Piper's been talking about that for quite some time, but we are holding up. We are holding up right now. So all is not lost, especially if you're a Bitcoin maxi. You're pretty clear from, you know, our low here. We're about 10K up. That's 12K up. You know, that ain't so bad. That ain't so bad. All right, so let's start looking at some other tokens. See what else we got going on here. Let's revisit Cardano. You know, that's one we like to look at. I got all kinds of nonsense here. Let's delete all that craziness. Delete, 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 delete. All right, what are we on here? 8 hour? We can start with the 8 hour. Well, there you go. So just zooming out, you know, we did get a nice bounce out of the zone we've been looking at, and that was pretty easy. Just coming back, looking left on the charts where, you know, like if we extend this out too, let's extend it out a little bit. Look at that. Let me get back to 55 there because that was our target area starting. So when you start looking at the horizontals and you like zoom out a little bit, look at how much sense it makes. You can see where you had support, stayed over top of it, quick move down, retested the area, and then sure enough, into the bear market lows. So for it to come down here and find a bounce, that's why I was pretty confident in this area, especially 55 cents is really what I was looking at. You know, it made a lot of sense for a bounce. Now, we got the bounce, okay? We got the bounce. We came back up. We've retested now some horizontal levels of resistance. Be careful. Be careful now, okay? The move, you know, it was a nice move. We called it, but the problem is now the trend is still down and right. You're going to get that. You're going to get little relief rallies. You're going to get bounces along the way. Look, I mean, it happens. Look at that. Beautiful bounce there. This doesn't count. That's news. Nice bounce here. I mean, that happens. Trending down, big bounce. Trending down, big bounce. You know, like, so like that's part of the game. Problem is right now, when you're zooming out, you're on the 8-hour, you do see the trend is currently bearish. We haven't been able to even break the dynamic reactor, right? We haven't done that since this news-based move right here. Really, the last time that we legitimately got above the dynamic reactor was actually before it turned bearish. All right, so that goes all the way back to January. All right, so let's go ahead, take a little picture of this, and we'll talk more about that in the Discord. All right, let's go over to the chart, or not the charts, but the chat real quick. See what you got. So much chilling. You know, man. You know, that's all it is here. Harp, what's up to you, brother? Good to see you, man. Made it for the barbecue. My dude. My dude. China to 0. OM to 0. I don't know, man. 30% bounce. OM's back, baby. OM's back. Come on, dog. Andrew Cameron, what's up, man? Always there for the GMs almost every morning in Alex's Discord. I appreciate you, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. I bet TradeFly used to listen to a lot of 3-6 Mafia back in the day. Ah, man. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. JB, yo, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Goodness gracious. Yes, I did listen to 3-6 Mafia back in the day. Tupac, Biggie, all of it, man. All of it. I grew up just south of DC, so you can put it all together. All right, let's see. Let's go to the SPX. Haven't looked at that yet. We did look at the NASDAQ, so there you go. Close the little gap there, and you got another little gap above. But that being said, just kind of looking at the horizontals right now and where it actually rejected. I mean, that's tough. You only have a little bit of price action right here. You got a little bit of price action right here. I could see adding a little zone right here, but I wouldn't say that that's more important than this one up here. So I'm gonna leave the SPX alone. Yes, it does look like it's getting a little bit of a rejection there, and you can see right here, I mean, you can see it, right? There's a little bit of price action, definitely some support right there before the bounce. So I'd probably put the zone between like here and the bottom here. But I just don't think it's the key to, I don't know, the key level, we'll say, in my eyes. But same, right? You can see not too often does a dynamic reactor show you bearish on the 8-hour. It is showing you bearish and has been showing you bearish now for a couple weeks. This for me is the line in the sand right here, and that is about 5,647 up to 5,786. If we break that, then cool, came back on, all Gucci. Unfortunately, you can see that we tested it once and we have yet to test it again, even though we did get a good bounce, right? We were looking at this level again. There's gonna be rallies. It's gonna happen, right? And what happens is people get excited, right? They jump back in, they go long, and then what happens? They get caught with their pants down, and then they got to stay in the trade or get out. And for right now, I mean, no way would I be taking a long on the SPX. Not until we get a little bit more clarity on the Orange Man's tariff extravaganza. Once we figure that out, because every day it's changing. Every day I read the news or listen to something, listen to a podcast while I'm driving, and it's something different every day, man. So like it's kind of hard to keep up with, to be realsies with you. Banana land. Y'all know what I like to say. All right, we got 10 minutes. Let's see here. Let's look at something else. ETH. It's been a big topic for a lot of content creators here recently. Here's the zone, man. So we were looking at this zone right here. I'm not going to say I was super confident in it, but it definitely was an area of interest for me. I will not lie about that. Definitely an area of interest for me. I thought we'd see more of a bounce than we did. I'm gonna be very real with you, which leads me back to what I've been saying for a long time, man. You got to be careful with ETH. You got to be careful. You that guy that rolled up one pant leg? No, I was not the guy that rolled up one pant leg. However, I did used to rock the wheat Tims. I did do that for sure. But no, I was not a one leg up guy. I didn't go that hard, man. All right. I was a hybrid. I was a hybrid, man. I confused people. I was rocking like the little white shell necklace with Tim's, man. I was a confused child. All right, so here we go. Here was the zone that, oh, goodness gracious. Figure it out. Trading view. Thank you. Let me, maybe I should close some of these. Give me 1 second. Let me close some of these out. Speed up the process here. There we go. And we're back. So, this area right here, I mean, you can see it. It goes all the way back 2021, right? You can see where it was support. Look at it. I mean, super support, right? You had 3 pretty gnarly bounces off of that area. Bounce, bounce, breakdown. You guys know I love the breakdown, right? That makes me feel better about it. And then you can just see all the interaction with that price level. Ton of interaction. What else do we have? We got a point of control. All right, point of control for this range here. All right, that was there right around the platinum pocket, or the top of the platinum pocket. And this right here is kind of what I keyed on as well. I was like, hey, if we come down, you know, I would expect a bounce, just knowing that it stayed here for so long before we actually made that move up. So we have reestablished the range. It could have grabbed some liquidity. There's very likely that there was some liquidity here. I do remember people saying that somebody would get liquidated. A pretty large liquidation would happen, I believe, in the 14s. I don't know if that moved, if they closed it, or whatever the case may happen. I do remember that being a topic of conversation. Somebody asked me, they're like, hey, could it go down there? And I was like, yeah, it could go down there. It did go down there. So I don't know what happened. I never really followed up on who that was or what it was. But if somebody was down there, remember being in the 14s. They got the business. All right. So we have reestablished the range, very barely. But you know, it's not something at this area I'm feeling comfortable about, because look at how steep this decline is. It's not even a slow bleed like a lot of the other ones. This is just nasty. So from December, I mean, we were at 4K. We were, you know, setting the high of the range here. And look at it, man. We're now back in like, I mean, January of 23, right? So this is when we broke out of the bear market. We're going all the way back to the bear market, right before we broke out. And even the bear market, 2022, you can see right here, there was resistance. So to flip this, you know, made a lot of sense for me. That's tough, man. That is tough for Ethereum. I know there's a lot of people that are holding big bags. What you're looking for here, right? If we're looking at Ethereum and we're saying, hey, like, where can we go? What can we do? You need to change of character, something fierce, bro. And I don't even know, to be like perfectly real with you, that I would be even excited until we got up over probably 2100. And not just get over 2100. I mean, get over 2100 and retest. So you break out, you reestablish the range, come down, cool. And then you're looking for that, right? Like, that's the only thing that I'd be like, okay, maybe Ethereum's back. Do you miss out on all this? Yeah, but I am conservative. I'm conservative. And to be real with you, like, I'm kind of at the thought right now that I take this zone away and I stop taking pictures of Ethereum until we see this, because I don't want to get people in trouble. Because if it's not something I believe in buying right now, you know, maybe I don't show the zone. I'll think about that. Maybe I'll get some advice from my homie, Alex O. See what you think, man. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll think hard about that one. All right, so that's Ethereum. Again, it's not looking all that great. This is a zone of interest, we'll say right now. Let's not even make it green. We won't make it green. How about that? How about we make it yellow? No, it's not good enough. Orange, no, that sucks too. How about blue? I need something that pops a little bit. There you go. So we'll call blue a zone of interest. How about that? It is a zone of interest, but it's not something that I'm willing to buy with my own money. So therefore, not green. There you go. We created something tonight. So that's Ethereum. Let's see, what else we got here? Jasmine. I heard people talking about Jasmine here recently. I think it got a nice little pop. Holy moly. You know I haven't done some TA on Jasmine in a while. All right, let's get rid of that. Definitely an area you would have anticipated a little bounce. Problem is, what we could be doing is flipping it, right? So that's scary. You got a nice solid area of support. What happened here? You know you got some liquidity, and this is, I mean, this is ugly too. December, same. Just working its way down. But look at Jasmine. All right, here. I want to point this out to you. If you want to talk about ETH and talk about Jasmine, right? This is getting a better bounce than Ethereum was. At least it bounced out of its zone. Like, and you could argue change a character. Like, depends on where you put it. Like, if you're right here, then you would say, oh yeah, like it's retesting the top side here. Like, some people would take a play on this. I wouldn't, only knowing that there's resistance right here, right? You're just straight into resistance. There's no way I would do that. But, you know, there's people that draw a horizontal right here, come down, look for the retest, and then look for a continuation up. But look at the bounce that it got in comparison to Ethereum. So if we take low to even current, that's 66%. That's wild. I didn't realize it bounced that hard. That's 66%. That's even after the rejection. So right down to the bottom of the platinum pocket there. Look at this though. I mean, you're coming here and really this is more of a zone, right? Something I've been doing more as of late. Take this, cool. There you go. And we could have done that without the price action over here, right? You're just looking at the support. You're looking, and like when you get this resistance here, you get these rejections. They're not in the same exact spot. That's why you kind of have to have a little bit of a zone, right? You gotta have a little slop in there. And there you go. Here, you got resistance. Here, you got resistance before ultimately a move up. Again, you got that nice impulse move to the upside, which is, I mean, that thing just took off. But look, comes right back down to the zone. Get rid of all this crap. Haven't done CA on Jasmine in a while. So there we go. Cleaning it up a little bit. This one we feel a little bit better about than Ethereum, so we can make that green. Now this is all benefit of hindsight. I totally understand. But this is not something I had in the Discord, not something I'm making a call on. But that being said, as we're looking at it, you know, things are coming into light. right? And that's what we do. Got to keep looking. Let's get rid of that. Let's go ahead and make that a zone. All right, so looking at, there it is. Come all the way back here. That. Obviously, the benefit of hindsight. I understand fully. So what is that telling me though? So now we start tying it in. We could find ourselves consolidating in this area. You can look for that, right? If Bitcoin price action pulls back, or the market as a whole pulls back, to come back down and revisit this level would be very much a play. Could you get a double bottom? You could start looking for that opportunity to maybe take a long position back down here again. Or, you know, maybe we see a couple of rejections in this area. And then you start bouncing it off the oscillator. Is the oscillator starting to trend down? You know, it depends on the time frame that you trade, whether it's the daily or the 8-hour. The other thing that you could look for is, let's say we get a breakout. All right, we get a breakout, come back down, retest, boom. This thing can move, and this thing can move fast. You can see that, 66% already. But if we get above this zone and retest, then we could definitely look for a long position. We've missed this move, right? We haven't been scoping Jasmy here as of late. But again, let's go ahead and take a picture of this one, because that's something we got to keep our eye on. Look out for the breakout retest on Jasmy. So there you go. All right, looks like it is 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'm gonna go ahead and push everyone over to BGT. Just wanted to do a quick little update, hit the charts a little bit with you guys, very informal. But I feel I owe that to you guys, and I hope all of you have a great night. Alexo, BTC, 81K, hold and we shall see. We will see, man. We will see. Joe, good to see you, brother. Thanks for being here in the chat. Appreciate you. And that about wraps it up, my fam. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Much love to all of you. Hope you all have a great night. As always, trade safe, be safe, and I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.